Amazon S3 can be used to store all sorts of data, including critical logs, backups, and even compliance data. So for workloads that require this type of information that should never be changed or deleted, at least for a period of time, we can use a feature called S3 Object Lock. Object Lock lets you store objects using a worm model, which is short for write once, read many. So after an object is locked, no one is able to overwrite or delete it until that lock expires, not even the root user or administrators. That makes this a very powerful security feature, so let's talk about it and how it works. To start using Object Lock, we can navigate to the S3 dashboard, click on an existing bucket or create a new one, and then head to Properties, and then scroll down until we see Object Lock. So by default, it will always be disabled, but we can edit to enable it. So keep in mind that this feature only works on version buckets. So you would have to enable versioning first. And then once we enable Object Lock, we can then select the default retention to either be disabled or enabled. And if we select enable, we can then set the default retention mode to either be governance or compliance. Compliance mode is the strictest option. It offers the strongest protection. No one can shorten or remove the retention period, not even admins or root users. And no one can delete or overwrite the object. Again, not even admins or root users. That's how powerful it is. So this mode is typically used for regulatory requirements or even for immutable backups. Instead, governance mode is a little bit more relaxed. It prevents modification or deletion of an object unless you have the proper permissions to overwrite that. So authorized users can override the retention period if they have the proper permissions. So this is a helpful mode to protect objects from accidental deletion or even from something like ransomware, and it can also be used to test your retention periods before turning on the more stricter compliance mode. So when should you choose which? Well, if the exam question mentions strict retention with tamper-proofing or that not even the root user can delete that information, then the answer is very clear. It's going to be compliance mode. But if the scenario presented mentions being able to override settings, then it's probably looking for governance mode. It just really depends on the phrasing and some of the keywords in the question and answers. But regardless of which mode you select, we can set a default retention period in either days or years. So for example, we could lock an object for 30 days, 1 year, 2 years, etc. With Object Lock, there's also the ability to place a legal hold on an object version. This is going to be similar to a retention period, since a legal hold actually prevents an object version from being modified or deleted, but the difference here is that a legal hold doesn't have a fixed amount of time. So instead, it remains in effect until you remove that legal hold, which can be done with any user or role that has the proper permissions. You can have both a legal hold and retention period on the same object version at the same time because they operate independently. So legal holds are commonly used for things like investigations, if you have any sort of legal litigation, or even for external audits of your data whenever you may not know how long your object will need to remain immutable. So back in the console, we would finish enabling this feature, and then whenever we upload objects, the configured settings would apply. To enable legal hold on objects, you would then use the S3 put object legal hold permission and API call. So let's wrap up by talking about use cases and scenarios that you might find on the exam and on the job. The first one is going to be protecting CloudTrail logs from deletion and tampering. Here we can do a few things. We can store logs in a dedicated bucket and account, as we've already learned. We can then enable Object Lock in compliance mode, and then we can apply a retention period, say for example 6 months, 1 year, etc. And this would prevent attackers from being able to cover their tracks even if they gain access to that centralized account, and it would help prevent accidental deletions. As another use case and scenario, let's say that we want immutable backups for ransomware protection. You would apply the same steps as in the prior scenario, and then you would use governance or compliance modes depending on the strictness level that you want. And by doing this, backups would not be able to be overwritten or deleted during that retention period, even if the attacker takes over your account, unless it's in governance mode and they have those permissions, of course. Finally, for our last use case, let's say that we have forensics and legal investigations that are going on. Here, we can use legal holds to prevent deletion until the investigation is complete, which we don't necessarily know when that will be. So with legal holds, we have that flexibility. So to recap as we wrap up, remember that you can enable object lock on version buckets. You can choose governance mode for flexible retention, or you can choose compliance mode for strict enforcement. You can set retention periods, and you can also set legal holds whenever needed. And this feature is going to be great for things like logs, like your CloudTrail logs or CloudWatch logs, for backups, for forensics data, or any other type of critical or sensitive information. But with that, let's go ahead and complete this lesson, and let's move on to the next.